Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the Narcissistic personality disorder to give you more understanding of what you've been through and more understanding of the types of people to avoid in the future. There's also lots of different videos on different ways to recover from narcissistic abuse because we are all individuals, so just find the ways that help you and keep going. You can and you will recover from this. Just like to say thank you to all those who have subscribed. I do hope these videos are helping you. Please add in the comments anything you would like further information on. This video is about why do narcissists go around hurting people. Being around a narcissist in your life, you'll know just how hurtful they can be. If the narcissist was your parent or partner, you'll know just how painful the experience is, both during the relationship and with most, when you finally stand up for yourself and break free, all hell seems to set loose. We cannot work out what we did so wrong for someone to just simply not care about us and want to hurt us so badly. It can be devastating and it can be soul-crushing. When people are at the best, most often, even under stress, they can act rationally and with kindness towards others. Those who've been in an abusive relationship will know that we all have our limits, and when pushed to those limits, you might react. Then when you do, you are blamed for all that you do. Self-doubt and self-blame creeping, making it harder for you to be at your best. You become mentally, emotionally and physically sick with long-term abuse from the silent treatments, gaslighting, blame shifting, projection, financial abuse and sometimes physical abuse that narcissistic people do to others. When you've been around negative, hurt and sick people, you often end up feeling hurt, getting physically unwell and becoming extremely negative within yourself. There are people hurting so badly in the world because something or someone hurt them, that they then go around hurting others and blaming all others for what's wrong within themselves. They choose to walk around destroying other people rather than helping themselves. Then there's those hurt people that accept the part that they played, accept anything that they did wrong, get the reality of what they didn't do wrong, embrace their vulnerabilities, forgive themselves, heal themselves, and help other people heal. Most people on the narcissistic personality disorder spectrum are rather predictable. They live their own lives like Groundhog Day. Going from one relationship to the next, idolization, devalue, discard, hoover and repeat. Most are not devious. Narcissist psychopaths and narcissistic sociopaths are the more devious types of the narcissistic people around. Those narcissists on the low end of the spectrum are not particularly devious or dangerous. They're just extremely hurtful people. Once you know the signs, it's easy to become a narcissist detector, and weed them out of your life. So why do they hurt people? They have little to no empathy. Empathy is humans' ability to identify with another person's thoughts or feelings, so we can respond in an appropriate way. Empathy is when you can think about how you would feel if something that bad had happened to you. A narcissistic person most often can simply just not have the empathy to see what another person is feeling, and they just do not understand it. They have little to no guilt or remorse. Without that empathy, they don't feel bad when they hurt someone. They can see how others would perceive them, so they do carry shame. However, they quickly remove this shame by blame shifting it onto other people, projecting their own thoughts and feelings into others, then telling stories to those who do empathise of how badly they were treated, as they've learned this gets them the attention that they crave. Often they end up believing their own stories as reality as they tell them so much. They don't have the attachment system developed. An attachment system is usually formed in early childhood with a baby and its primary caregiver. Either this never happens or something happens to them in childhood that they turn to fight mode to protect themselves, cutting off their attachment to other people. Healthy emotions like joy, happiness and love are cut off to protect themselves, meaning on a deep level they can never truly connect with other people. They lack a conscience, meaning they are unaware within themselves of the true differences between right and wrong of how to treat others. They believe they are superior and special and that the rules just don't apply to them. They lack object consistency. This is usually formed around the age of 2 or 3, meaning they develop a side to those that have it, develop a side to caring for others, even if they are not around that person at that time. Or if there's a disagreement or an argument, they can still care for that person in that moment. We can still care about other people. A narcissist in a moment can just stop caring if their needs are not being met, which means they've got a lack of whole object relations. They are unable to see others having good and bad qualities, that humans are not perfect and come with flaws. So once they realise they don't like something about someone else, instead of seeing them as perfectly imperfect with different thoughts and feelings and opinions who make mistakes, they see them as damaged and hurtful and just don't care enough or have the ability to understand and find a middle ground. Most narcissistic people are players. However, I truly believe they would like to be loved and settled down, as they are lacking in all the above. They are just unable to do so. They see others in black and white, either perfect, they are pleasing me right now, or flawed, damaged goods right now. Narcissists deep down are fundamentally flawed. They are damaged souls. Deep down, they feel inadequate and like they don't belong. Because of how they treat others, they do not trust others, so believe they need to get in there first and manipulate first and come out on top. Also, because they need to escape accountability, and they do this by rewriting history into their own special reality, some often believe others have hurt them. They tell their lies so often that they no longer know who to trust. As their inner selves are so damaged and they try to keep it all hidden, they wear a false self that they show to the world around them. As this isn't their true selves, the real selves sometimes rises to show who they truly are. As a narcissist blame shifts and projects, they cannot turn inwards to recover. They truly believe all their problems are other people's fault and not anything to do with their own wrongdoings. They need to be above all others to prove to themselves how significant they are. They need to be admired by others to keep their low self-esteem hidden. This is why they need attention from others. Excuse me. And if it's not done correctly, their true inner selves rises up, and this is when you witness their variety in temper tantrums to get their own way and to get their needs met. Which, if you've been around one for long enough, you'll know this is an impossible task. Excuse me. As most don't truly know what they are or even who they are. They cannot fill their own needs and their own wants up, as they don't understand what they truly want and need. They are extremely envious and jealous of others, especially those who are happy, as it's something they cannot do. They don't understand even happy people have down moments and that it's normal. Yeah, as they know within themselves, happy people can manage those times and find their way back up without the need of others' attention or harming others. We know that when we hit down moments, we can pick ourselves back up, no matter how long it takes or what we have to do to get there. We can pick ourselves back up. Narcissistic people do not get that and cannot do that. They have to use other people to do that. Most people are not capable of going to the manipulative lengths narcissistic people do. However, when a narcissist is using everything they can to make you sad, lonely, confused, hurt and angry, even good people can react. Not all do. You may have done or said things that you're not proud of in the moment. And those of us who have do feel guilty for doing so, which a narcissist will then twist it all around and blame it all on you. When they feel criticism from another person's action, that inner rage sets off, as they lack having a conscience, object consistency, empathy, guilt or remorse. They simply do not care for the pain they inflict on others, only the pain that the person has caused them within themselves. Even if it was unattended by the other person, their anger and resentment towards those who go against them is far superior emotion than one that people with empathy experience. Their anger and rage at that moment towards others releases that inner trauma as they haven't healed their inner selves. This means it's only ever a temporary release of the true pain that they carry. They then feel shame, twist it onto the other person, and the pattern of their own doom and gloom life hits repeat. They truly do, I believe, idolise people at the start. They believe that you are special and you will look after their needs. Put yourself before them, which most people through the manipulation often end up doing. They, to me, saw a greatness in you that they could take advantage of for their own needs. As relationships carry on and you hit the compromise stage, which is normal in all relationships, narcissists just cannot accept this as they believe everything should be done their way and only their way. They do not understand their own needs, they cannot relate to other people's needs, and they do not do compromise. It's their way or the highway. Then, if you don't conform to their demands, they seek to punish you. They also create a false reality of who you will be and how life will go. Then when things don't go exactly as planned, when they realise you have vulnerabilities and flaws like all people do, and they will use these against you and start to devalue you. You're left wondering where that loving person you first met went, and through all their manipulation, the silent treatment, the gaslighting, the projection and the blame shifting, you are left thinking it was down to you and work harder to please them, as they often give you intermittent reinforcement by them playing nice and becoming the person you met again. But this is only ever temporary. This confirms in your own mind that it was your fault. It was never your fault. You are a kind, loving person who just gave your love to the wrong person. They kind of put you into a trance where you can no longer see true reality and no longer know who you are. Either they put you too far under so that you can no longer help yourself, let alone give them any attention and help them with their needs. Or if you start to wake up, they will then look for someone new and often discard you in horrific ways to try and crush you some more. As narcissistic people are disconnected from their true inner selves and do not turn inwards to see their own faults to heal, they are disconnected from other people. Brené Brown, who does all about vulnerabilities, a couple of things from her book are: because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world, our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance. The other one is, vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they are never a weakness. This is something narcissistic people cannot do. Therefore, they cannot truly connect on a deep level with others, as they are never true to themselves. They lie to themselves and they lie to those around them. They tell that many lies, even they don't know what's truly going on anymore. They are not accountable and do not hold themselves responsible for their own actions. So even they themselves cannot relate to their true inner selves to heal their own faults. We are, excuse me again, we are all human. We all make mistakes. There are those that simply will not and cannot accept this. Then there are those that can turn inwards and learn from past mistakes, leave the past behind and take the lesson forwards with them. As they rely upon their false self and don't have the ability to truly connect with others and care with others for others, they can easily walk away when it suits them and pull you back in when it suits them. Any reactions you give, sadness, tears, hurt, anger, just makes them feel superior. Then if you beg and apologise, this makes them believe that they were correct and also makes them feel superior. Their ego is all that matters to them. They will destroy people's lives, taking jobs, homes, friends and family. To back up their false stories, they will then smear your name and lap up the attention that they then receive from others. The true victim gets left broken to pick up the pieces while the narcissist moves on to destroy someone else. It's nothing personal. You just do not matter to the narcissist. They just saw greatness in you that they could use you up to fill their own needs and spit you back out. You cannot help these people, but you can, however, help yourself. I found in many ways learning about narcissists is one way to recover so that you don't go back and so that you don't get too deeply involved with one again. At the same time, though, you need to work on healing you and becoming who you truly are, learning who you truly are, being kind to yourself first, understanding that you matter to you and you matter to good, caring people. Often after a narcissistic relationship, once we are out and start to learn about the disorder, most of us will have left with self-blame and then doubts. The things that we did in situations we didn't realise the true implications of at that time. We are left with guilt and remorse, also shame for allowing ourselves to be put in those situations and put up with things that we should have never put up with, leaving us disconnected from true reality and our true selves. You are not a narcissist. Just because you spent time around one and they projected all their negative traits onto you does not make you narcissistic. Ask yourself, what did you do at that moment? Was it through good intentions at that time? How you reacted, was it because someone used something against you? Think about what did you truly do to deserve that treatment. Did you love them, care for them, help them, take care of their needs before your own, emphasise with them, make excuses for them, pay the bills for them, walk on eggshells to please them? This is not narcissistic. This is a kind, loving person trying to do their best to help another. Unfortunately, as narcissistic people cannot be honest within themselves, they cannot be helped or saved by you. They will only ever bring you down. No matter how strong you are, they are incapable of a true relationship as they are fundamentally flawed and they will not recognise this to heal within themselves. They perceive others as how they are within their true selves. They are only capable of a relationship with the type of relationship they have within themselves. We see others and love others in a way we truly see within ourselves. Why you are a good person as you gave it your all and they took advantage of you. You can, however, now give your all to yourself and help yourself now. Narcissistic people see others as manipulative who are trying to control them. So they do their utmost to manipulate and control first, making them feel superior to others. They cannot relate to their true inner selves and their feelings, and you cannot relate to other people when you're like that. When it comes to empathy, they are incapable of putting their own shoes on. So they are incapable of putting themselves in another person's shoes. They go around hurting and punishing others to hide away from their own insecurities. They punish you because in their minds it's all your fault how they feel. They have deep anger and resentment towards other people. No matter how good you are to them, they can only focus on negative things. A narcissist psychopath or a narcissist sociopath works differently. Psychopaths are born and they just do not have the thought process to relate to others' feelings. A sociopath is made through their own childhood trauma. Tony Robbins' human needs: love and connection, growth, uncertainty, certainty, significance and contribution. A narcissist cannot fill these up in a positive way on a permanent basis. So they repeat the cycle of their life and fill them up negatively. When you meet 3 of these needs, you become addicted. Narcissists meet all 6 of their human needs in their actions towards others in a negative way. Therefore, they are addicted to the way they live their life. When we haven't healed within ourselves, that's when our own problems can become a greater issue. We have to matter to us. We have to turn inwards and back to who we truly are. We have to lose our pride and ego of all the pain and suffering we went through and things we may have or may not have done. We have to step out of the woe is me victim mindset and start thinking more, I am good enough, I do deserve better, I am wiser and I am stronger than I was before. We have to lose the addiction to the narcissist and become addicted to something else, something positive. Filling our human needs up in good ways, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, first within ourselves. Remove feelings of guilt from our past and remember to learn from it, take the lesson and let the guilt go. We have to start to reconnect with our true selves, treat ourselves how we want to be treated, and only allow others to treat us how we want to be treated. Raise our own standards and stand firm on our own individual beliefs. That they are ours and our beliefs, and we are allowed them. They are for us. Good people will understand them as you understand other people's. We don't have to agree with each other and we don't have to accept them as our own. Compromise is great if it's with someone who is also capable of compromise. Life is about give and take. Learn your triggers, note them down and heal them. Create new routines for you. Set boundaries that raise your standards and set boundaries with other people and keep to those boundaries, keep to those standards for you. Put the true reality of the past in your mind and then start to live in the present and let go of the past and create a happier future. Create new dreams for you and take those steps to achieving them. Try new hobbies, try exercising, meet new people. Do what's right for you. Turn inwards, heal yourself and move forward. You have the empathy, you have the capacity to care for other people. You need to give yourself that empathy, you need to give yourself that care and that respect to build yourself back up, to turn inwards, to heal yourself. Never ever give up on you. You are an amazing person and you can heal from this, you can recover from this and you can move on to a much happier life. Anything you found that's helped you recover, please do add it into the comments so that one thing might just give someone else a light bulb moment to help them recover. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.